ఇదేంటి క్లాసు?
డిఎంఎం 2.
ఓకే, వచ్చేస్తున్నాను చూడండి. నన్ను అలౌ చేయండి.
అలౌ చేసేదా? నేను హోస్ట్ చేయనా?
ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేయండి. జాయిన్ అయ్యారు కదా?
అలా వచ్చేస్తున్నారు.
వచ్చేస్తున్నారు. ఓకే, ఒక సిఆర్కి ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేసి ఇట్లా క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అయిందని చెప్పండి.
అలాగే అలాగే.
ఓకే, బాయ్ సార్.
ఓకే 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 బాయ్.
యూ కంటిన్యూ.
ఓకే ఓకే
సార్, వన్ మోర్ థింగ్. 9:50 అంటే ఒక 2 minutes బిఫోర్ వరకు తీసుకోవచ్చు మీరు.
ఓకే ఓకే 9:30 ఇంకేం తీసుకునేది? సరే సరే,
అదే ఇంకొంత టైం ఉంది.
ఓకే ఓకే పర్వాలేదు. ఓకే ఓకే రైట్.
40 minutes ఉంది. యూ కెన్ టేక్.
ఓకే 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 సరే సరే.
బాయ్ సార్.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ నరసింహ.
సార్ చెప్పండి సార్. సార్ చెప్పండి సార్. సార్ చెప్పండి సార్.
ఆజాద్
సార్ చెప్పండి సార్.
రిమైనింగ్ మెంబర్స్ కూడా జాయిన్ అవ్వమని చెప్పు, సార్ వస్తారు.
చెప్పాను సార్.
ఓకే ఓకే, వెంటనే జాయిన్ అవ్వమని చెప్పు.
ఓకే సార్.
మా ఆజాద్ వినిపిస్తుందా?
ఎస్ సార్.
వినిపిస్తుంది సార్.
ఓకే 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 ఓకే
మీరు కంటిన్యూ చేయండి సార్, నేను ఆల్రెడీ ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేశాను.
ఓకే 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 ఓకే
సార్ శ్రీనివాస్ సార్.
అమ్మా సార్.
వీళ్ళు కొంతమంది నేమ్స్ తోటి లాగిన్ అయి ఉన్నారు
సార్. మళ్ళీ మన లాస్ట్ లో చెప్దాంలేండి, మరి క్లాస్ వేస్ట్ అయిపోద్ది. లాస్ట్ లో చెప్దాంలేండి వాళ్ళకి మళ్ళీ.
సార్ చెప్తానన్నారా?
నేను చెప్తాలేండి, లాస్ట్ లో మళ్ళీ చెప్దాము. ఒకసారి మనకి టైం వేస్ట్ అయిపోద్ది కదా.
అవునవును. ఎవరు లెనోవాట, సాయిరామ్ ముత్యాల, వాసు శంకర.
చెప్దాం లాస్ట్ 5 minutes ముందు చెప్తాలేండి వాళ్ళకి ఒకసారి.
ఓకే, నేను అన్మ్యూట్ అవుతాను. అయితే మీరు మ్యూట్ అవుతాను, మీరు ఏదన్నా ఉంటే చేయండి. బాయ్.
అలాగే సార్, అలాగే. నేను క్లాసు స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాలేండి. సార్ చంద్రశేఖర్ గారు. సార్
వింటున్నారు సార్?
సార్ చెప్పండి
సార్. ఏం లేదు, అదే కొంచెంసేపు అలాగే హోస్ట్ చేశాను కదా, అది అడ్మిట్ కొడతా ఉంటే నేను క్లాస్ చెప్పుకుంటాను.
ఓకే అండి. ఓకే
ఓకే సార్.
బాయ్ సార్.
ఓకే సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్ నరసింహ గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ. రైట్. మా జాయిన్ అయ్యే వాళ్ళు జాయిన్ అవుతూ ఉండండి, నో ప్రాబ్లం. సో సారీ ఫర్ ది ఇన్కన్వీనియన్స్. ఓకే, గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ టు వన్ అండ్ ఆల్.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్.
ఓకే రైట్, ఫైన్. ఓకేనమ్మా. సో okay, right. So in the last class we already started the classification of bearings, but B section is somewhat ahead of A section, but no worry. Okay, we will deal with that, only 1 or 2 small topics. But before that, commonly I am explaining today's topic, without wasting time, because already we lost 15 minutes, 15 to 17 minutes. Right. So this is very, very important terms we are using in case of your bearings. So what is the terms you are using here is here bearing characteristics number and bearing modulus. These are the two important terms, very, very important terms for your what we call reducing the friction of your bearing. Especially, generally we are dealing with bearing main purposes. The bearing main purpose is in order to reducing the friction, right? Our main purpose is in reducing the friction and to avoid wear and tear and any dimensional changes and all those things. So that is the reason why we are using this bearing. Now here we are using some important terms. What are those important terms? You just simply observe. What are those important terms is here? First term is Zn by P, second one is D by C, and third one is L by D. What is this parameters? Here, Z is the absolute viscosity. Here, Z is the absolute viscosity of the lubricant in kg per second. You please remember the what we call as the unit summa. That is very, very important, especially in design. Right? Almost all the data is available in data book. No need to worry. But some cases, in some test books, the units are different. But whatever the units, you have to follow these units as easily. That is very, very important. Because the formulas are designed based on that of your these parameters only, so that you have to follow these units. That is the reason why I specifically mentioned kg per meter second. Okay, right. So here Z is the absolute viscosity of the lubricant, and here the speed of the journal. N is the speed of the journal, and P is the bearing pressure. Right. Here, while you calculating the bearing pressure, so that the bearing pressure can be calculated by the load by the area. So load on the journal by area. Area here it is L into D. So every time, while you are designing of a bearing, it is very, very important for you to mention the bearing pressure. After calculating the bearing pressure only, you are allowed to select a suitable length and suitable diameter of the bearing. So that is the reason why you please pay an attention of these three terminologies of Zn by P, D by C, and L by D ratio. I mean L by D terminologies especially. Right? Right. Now, D is the diameter of the journal and L is the length of the bearing. D is the diameter of the journal and L is the length of the bearing, and C is the diametral clearance. And C is the diametral clearance. Right. Okay. So all these terminologies are encountered. All these terminologies are taken with respect to your coefficient of friction. With respect to your coefficient of friction. So that is the reason why your formula is mu is equal to pi of Zn by P, D by C, and L by D ratios. And among all these terminologies, your Zn by P value is a dimensionless number. You please remember that. This Zn by P is a dimensionless number. That means while you are estimating the friction, this Zn by P value plays a very, very important role. Z is the viscosity, N is the speed, and P is the bearing pressure. It plays a very, very important role. Right? And Zn by P is called as the bearing characteristics number. Right? This is very, very important question, Amma. Very, very important question and very, very important term also. Zn by P is called as the bearing characteristic number. Right? Right. Now we have to move on to some important graph or some important observation. So what are the important observations? Please observe. Right. So here is one important graph. So already I'm sharing the screen. So this is the graph. I think you are all visible. This one. Right. So this graph is called as the what we call as the McKee investigation. So McKees are the brother, scientist name. McKee is a scientist name. Right. So those are the scientist brothers. McKee's brothers are investigated these type of what we call these parameters, important parameters. based on those observation. Right. So based on those observation, he used to draw a graph. Right. Here on x-axis, that is bearing characteristics number, and on y-axis you are having coefficient of friction. On y-axis you are having a coefficient of friction. So very, very important point, Amma. Please pay an attention, because this is a 7 marks question, 5 marks question, whatever the weighted it is. Right. So Becky investigation. Right. So this is called as the Becky investigation. Becky is the scientist name. Now, right. Directly we are going to the explanation. So here it is the Z1 by P on x-axis and coefficient of friction on y-axis. Now you please observe that you are having P, Q, or S in a graph. Right? You can say it as a graph or variation or whatever it is with respect to coefficient of friction and Z1 by P. With respect to coefficient of friction and Z1 by P. So P, Q, or S, and in between you are having A. And in a graph of your line of P, Q, you are having a thick film lubrication, and at RNA you are having partial lubrication, R2S you are having thick film or boundary lubrications. So what is all those things? That is very, very important. Right. So what is all those things means? Simple thing. So simple explanation. Right. Now if you are operated, because our main intention is by taking the value of Z value, N value, and P value, because these are the important parameters. Like I have told you that viscosity, speed, and bearing pressure. You have to maintain a friction is minimum. Maintain a minimum friction. That is our aim for bearing, for designing of bearing. These are the main parameters. Now, at what particular point of time, or at what time you are having a minimum friction? That is the basic intention, right? Is there any possibility of avoiding of friction? Is there any possibility of avoiding of friction? All those things are to be observed in this particular graph or investigation, whatever it is, right? So, if you take the value of Zn by P at any instant of time of P and Q, right? If you observe the P and Q at any point of time, you are having more amount of the friction. If you take any value at any instant of time, you are having a more amount of value of your friction, right? Right. So that is the reason why it is called as a thick film lubrication. That means you are having more amount of the friction. Already we discussed in your classification. In a classification, we already discussed that we are having lubrication will be there in between bearing and your rotating member. Right. Now at point A, you are having a constant value. That means you are slightly decreasing your value. At point A, you are having some neutral value. At point A, if you clearly observing that at point A, you are having some neutral value. But one observation you have to be observed clearly. What is those observation? After that point A, it will not be stable. Please observe that again it keep on increasing from R to S. Again, it keep on increasing from R to S. So from P to Q, you are having some friction. No problem. Right? You are having a friction, you are experiencing a friction. You keep it that point in your mind. At point A, you are having some stable value or not experiencing anything because it's slightly decreasing at point A. Stable value. Right? Right. Now, it is a stable value. Right. Now from A to S, if you observe A to S, you are not having anything. You are not having, there is no stable, you are having keep on again increasing. Again, you are increasing your friction value. The friction is increasing of operating of those conditions of Zn by P. What does that mean? Means here, by looking at this particular graph or observation, Mackey is trying to tell that at point A, please observe in the graph, you are having mu value is minimum. Mu value is minimum. That means you are having minimum value of U at particular point A only. On that particular point, you are calling as the bearing modulus. This is very, very important term, K. K is called as the bearing modulus. That means you are having where you are having a minimum coefficient of friction, where you are having a minimum coefficient of friction, that is what we call as a simple thing, bearing modulus, bearing characteristics number. Very important term, very important term, right? So this bearing characteristics number, what is the use of this bearing characteristics number? That is also another important point. That means while you are designing of your bearing, suppose if you consider this Z, N, P values, that is viscosity value and N value and P value, you have to equate with your K value. Why you have to equate with K value means, here the thing is you have to maintain a minimum friction. Right? Whenever you are supposed to equating this Zn by P value equal to K, you are going to get a minimum friction. That is the basic point. But here the point is, if you take directly K value, you will not experiencing a minimum friction. Why? Because means here you will observe that from point A to point R, you will having some more pressure experiencing. You will experiencing a more pressure on point A to point R. If that is the case, then it will be very difficult for you to maintain that will exactly as easily K value. So that in order to maintaining a minimum friction, what you are supposed to do is, though Zn by P value is equal to, you can take more than 3 times of the K or 4 times of the K or 15 times of the K, right? Or 15 times of the K. Likewise, you have to consider. Why? Because there is a possibility of slipping. There is a possibility of slipping due to increasing of your pressure. So that is the reason why you have to consider. You directly not taking the value of K value directly. You are not supposed to consider directly K value as easily, right? You have to take a 3 times of the K or 4 times of the K or 10 times of the K. Likewise, only you have to consider. So here the value is given for 15 times of the K you are using for heavy and impact loading conditions, right? So that is very important parameter, a very important observation from this graph. This is simple graph, for your explanation. This is very easy. Simply you have to divide 2 regions for a graph. Simply you have to consider on x-axis you are having Zn by P and y-axis you are having coefficient of friction. Next thing is simply you have to divide 2 regions, a region PQ and region RS. Simply you have to divide 2 regions. On the right hand side you are having thick film lubrication, and left hand side you are having thin film lubrication. That is simple observation. Now based on those things, simply you have to explain. That is the only thing, right? So it is very easy explanation. Very easy explanation. Only thing is, at point A you are having minimum friction and it is not possible to avoid complete friction also. Please remember that point. From this graph you have to observe that there is no possibility of what we call avoiding of friction. But you can reduce the friction or you can maintain a minimum friction only at point A. Only at point A you are having minimum friction. So you have to consider those points as a standard point for your bearing of design. Whatever the value you have to consider, you can consider that Zn by P value is equal to K. That means K means 3 times K, 4 times K, or 10 times of the K value, right? So this is the actual graph of McKee investigation. Now, now you can now P2Q are having thick film lubrication and what we call RPS is called thin film lubrication. Why you are having these 2 things means here? Already I told you that you are having whenever you are having the when 2 metals are not to be contacted, then automatically you are having a thick film lubrication, right? In the last class I already explained for B section, right? And for whenever you are having a thick film lubrication, thin film lubrication means at one particular point of time you are having metal to metal contact. Definitely there is possibility of contact at one particular point of time. There is a possibility, right? So that is the reason why it is called as unstable and thick film lubrication called as a stable, right? So metal to metal contact is possible in a thin film lubrication. It is also called as a boundary lubrication. It is also called as a boundary lubrication, right? So this is the actual graph, amma. Actual graph. I hope you understand this point, amma. Very, very important, right? By drawing this graph, you have to explain all these terminologies. All these terminologies you have to explain, right? Fine. Now directly we have to move to the what is the actual design procedure of your bearing. With that you have to what we call, already we explained lubrication, already we explained the basic terminology of your sliding contact bearing, and this is another important thing, variation of coefficient of friction with respect to Zn by P. And the last one is design, right? Then directly we can design of your bearing of sliding contact bearing after knowing of your design procedure. Fine. So we can explain these terminologies also, what is Sommerfeld number and all those things, right? First, understand the design procedure. Understand the design procedure of your bearing. Okay, still we are having more time, no problem. Okay. So the first step is in a sliding contact bearing. I hope you all see this number of steps 1 to 9, right? So this is the basic design procedure of sliding contact bearing, and you have to follow one by one each and every step while you are solving the problems, especially. While you are solving the problems, you have to follow these kind of steps, very, very important. Right. First and foremost thing is determine the bearing length by choosing a ratio of L by D. This is very, very important. L by D ratio is very, very important. And already we defined the terminology of long bearing and short bearing and spare bearing. Wherever you are having a L by D ratio value is more than when you are having a long bearing and less than when you are having a short bearing. And those ratios of Ln by D equal to length to diameter ratio is equal to 1 means you are having a square bearing, right? So you can choose whatever the type of bearing according to your application. This is purely based on application. In a given problem, they specifically mention the application. If they are specifically mention the application, according to that only you choose the L by D ratio. So all these things are available in your data book, no need to worry. Okay, right. The first and foremost thing is taking the ratio of L by D, length to diameter ratio, right? Right. Okay. Next, second important point is you can check the bearing pressure. You can check the bearing pressure. That is also another important point. Already we discussed in this Mackey investigation also, bearing pressure. How do you calculate the bearing pressure? Means load to your area, load to of your area. So this is very, very important. How much amount of the load is to be acted, right? According to that, what pressure you are going to be exerted. This is also another important point. Bearing pressure and selection of L by D ratio. These two plays a very, very important role. Then only you can move further what we call as the calculations or designing procedures or whatever it is. Right, right, and all these things values are, and all these values are also available in your data book, or sometimes they directly mention in your given problem. According to that you can calculate, right? It is very, very simple formula, already known formula, no need to worry, right? And third one is assume a lubricant and its operating temperature. This temperature should be between 26.5 degrees centigrade and 60 degrees centigrade with a maximum of 82 degrees centigrade. Right. So after having of your L by D ratio and bearing pressure values, then directly you can select a suitable lubrication, lubricating temperature, because I told you that here in this case of what we call thick film lubricated bearings, especially for a thick film lubricated bearing or sliding contact bearing, this is a classification. In a sliding contact bearing, we are experiencing a more amount of the heat. Already this point we discussed in the earlier classes. Whenever you are having a more amount of the grease, it required a lubricant, right? It requires a lubricant, right? So that at what temperature you are experiencing, at what temperature you are generated, right? And according to that, select a suitable lubricating oil for this particular type of bearing, what you are supposed to be designed. What you are supposed to be designed, that particular bearing you are supposed to calculate. The particular lubricant, according to that, you have to select a suitable lubricant. And here also you can, no problem, we are having a table values are available. Table values are available, no problem. Right. Determine the operating value of Zn by P for the assumed bearing temperature and check this value, corresponding value to determine the possibility of maintaining fluid film operation. And again, I already told you that the ZN by P value plays a very, very important role in order to maintaining a minimum friction. So that you can calculate the Z value, N value, and P value, right? So Z is the absolute viscosity, N is the speed, and P is the bearing pressure. Based on these values, you can check these values with your corresponding value. Corresponding value is you can equate in table. So while we are experiencing a problem, we will discuss all those things. Just simply you have to understand the design procedure. Understand the design procedure, that is sufficient. That is sufficient. Fine. Next, after that you can go for a clearance ratio. Assume a suitable clearance ratio C by D, where C is the clearance. C is the clearance means already we define the value of capital D minus small d, right? It may be diameter clearance, it may be radial clearance, no problem. C is a diameter clearance or radial clearance, whatever it is. Radius means R and diameter clearance means C. You can say that clearance value C. Right. Assume a suitable clearance value from the table. Right. Table, you can pick up your values from the table. Right. And the next step is determine the coefficient of friction by using the relations. Right. We already used the relations. Mu is equal to Zn by P and L by D ratio. Right. So based on those relations, you can, and this C by D ratio, C by D. Based on these things, simply you can calculate coefficient of friction by using your Sommerfeld number. Right? One relation we are having, that is Sommerfeld number. We will give the relation, no problem. Sommerfeld number. Right? Right. And the next one is determine the heat generated by using these relations. After that, you can calculate the values of amount of heat generation. Amount of heat generated. How much amount of the heat is generated? Already you know the relations in your what we call in your laboratories or in your relay classes, thermal subject. I hope you are having thermal lab, and on those thermal lab you are having relation. If you are not having any relation, no problem. I will give you the relation. I will provide the relation. No need to worry. No need to worry. I will provide the relation. No problem. But thing is here, the relations are. Remember, the relation is very important. But thing is, what is the application is very, very important, right? Right. Now, second thing is determine the amount of heat dissipated using the relations. So how much amount of the heat is generated and how much amount of the heat is dissipated. What is the use of having of these two relations means, by calculating the amount of heat generated and by calculating the amount of heat dissipated, you can discuss or you can estimate whether you are required a natural cooling or artificial cooling. That is another important point here. So based on these two relations only, you can estimate whether you required a natural cooling method or you have to provide an additional cooling method or required, artificial cooling method or required. This is to be decided by these two things, amount of heat generated and amount of heat dissipated. These two are also very, very, because in some of the questions, clearly they specify that whether the system is required cooling or not. Artificial cooling or natural cooling. Specifically, they mention in the question. Sometimes. On that particular situation, this thing is very, very important. This situation is very, very important. Right? And third one, last one is determine the thermal equilibrium to see that the heat dissipated become at least equal to the heat generated. In case the heat generated is more than the heat dissipated, then the either the bearing is redesigned or it is artificially cooled, right? Right. So this is the basic point, basic, very, very important point. All these 9 points are very, very
Next
important.
class 9:50 come, sir.
Okay, no problem, no problem. మనకి ఇప్పుడు వాట్ వి కాల్ అన్లిమిటెడ్ వర్షన్ వచ్చింది, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఇంకో 5 నిమిషాలు ఎక్స్ట్రా తీసుకుంటారు, ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదులేండి, నో ప్రాబ్లం.
అంటే అక్కడ సార్ మళ్ళీ ఇదవుతారేమో.
నాకు ఫోన్ చేస్తాను, నేను చెప్తాలేమ్మా. నాకు ఫోన్ చేస్తున్నారు, నేను చెప్తాను.
సరే సార్.
ఫోన్ చేస్తున్నారు, సార్ ఫోన్ చేస్తున్నారు, నేను చెప్తాను, నో ప్రాబ్లం.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay, right. So the thing is, here 1 to 9 points are very, very important for your design consideration, right? Again, I'm reminding all those things. Just first one is you have to go for the L by D ratio, length to diameter ratio, first one, and the second one is you can directly go for the bearing pressure value, right? These two are the very, very important. First and foremost step, these two are the right, L by D ratio and bearing pressure value. Next thing is remaining parameters, suitable lubricant values and required operating conditions, Zn by P value. Then lubricating, consider all those things you have to be considered. Next, amount of heat generated, amount of heat generated and amount of heat dissipated, amount of heat generated and amount of heat dissipated, and whether you require artificial cooling or natural cooling. By having of or completion of all those steps, then only you are having a complete design. Then only you are having a complete design of your bearing. Right? This is very, 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 very important design procedure. Sometimes in the examination, if you are having because you are having a 4 set, in the examination, if you are having the design of a bearing, it is very, very easy for you rather than a question. If you are having a question, no problem. But if they are asking for design procedure, you have to mention all these points, Amma. You have to mention all these points. Right? Right. So, I'm mentioning that, Amma, here, very, very important thing is, today's class, especially the McKee's investigation and this design procedure. These two are the very, very, very important question for your examination point of view. McKee investigation and this what we call design procedure. In the last class, I already discussed about the what is hydrodynamic lubricated bearing and what are the terminologies you are having a bearing. What is radial clearance? What is diameter clearance? What is eccentricity? What is minimum oil film thickness H0? Right? What is long bearing? What is short bearing? All those things terminologies already we discussed. So in the coming classes, we try to discuss for some more relations. In the next class, we try to discuss some more relations and rolling contact bearing directly. I move on to the direct rolling contact bearing. After completion of theory part of rolling contact bearing, then only we have to move to the problem directly. Right? Rolling contact bearing has very small introduction and very small relations. So that after having of relation, then directly we move on to the problem sum. Right? So especially for a problem, you please go for, you have to bring your design data book. You have to bring up your design data book, Amma. I already told you that you can go for any type of design data book, especially I preferably Sadhu Singh or whatever the data book that is available in your net. On your net. Me net launch edanna unte ganaka you can download it, Amma. If I am available, definitely I will provide you. I will provide you. No need to worry. Right?
సార్ గారు
సార్
సార్ గోపాలకృష్ణ సార్ ఫోన్ చేశారు.
చెప్పారు నాకు ఫోన్ చేస్తున్నాడు ప్రాబ్లం లేదండి, మనకి ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ వర్షన్ ఒక 5 నిమిషాలు ఏం కాదులేని తీసుకున్నా.
అవును, అదే ఆయన మీకు ఫోన్ చేస్తానన్నారు, ఎలాగో చెప్తే ఆయన చెప్తానన్నారు. అలాగే ఈ లెనోవో అని ఒక అతను లాగిన్ అయ్యాడు.
ఓకే చెప్తా అమ్మా. ఒకసారి స్టూడెంట్స్ ఒకసారి జాగ్రత్తగా వినండి అమ్మా. ఇది మీరు ఒక్క నిమిషం. రైట్. సో ఒకసారమ్మా మీరు కొంతమంది పార్టిసిపెంట్స్, ఎస్పెషల్లీ some of the students are especially entering with their names, amma. Entering with their names. You please enter with your register number and don't provide any spaces, especially number 18 series 339, 18 series 330. Last time I already told you, please don't give any spaces. Please as easily type your register number like 301, 302. Then only we can able to make an attendance easily. And some of the students are enter with their names. Right? At least for the next class, you please enter with your register number without any spaces. It is mandatory. Otherwise, simply we have to make an absent those students. For those students. Number of times I am repeating, keep on saying this point, Amma. Keep on repeatedly saying this point. Right? So please register with your register number and don't put any what we call spaces. Right? Right. So thank you for this class, Amma. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.